During the time of Yahushua, Caiaphas was that high priest. And he even prophesied. Go ahead.
And the holy city shall they tread underfoot 42 days. Got a quick precept. I'm sorry, 42 months, the water. This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 18. In that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan, and swear to the Lord of hosts. One shall be called the city of destruction. In that day shall there be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt.
Egypt is America. What is that altar? Is it St. Patrick's Cathedral? Huh? Is it Washington, D.C., the Capitol building? Is it gathering around the Washington Monument, which is an obelisk? It's talking about us, the leaders that the Most High have established. That's why there's so many GMS camps, because the Most High set us up. Read that again.
And it says, in that day shall there be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt.
Look up that word altar. You're in Isaiah, right?
Yeah, the Hebrew word there for altar is mazabach. And it says altar, basically altar.
That's what it says, altar?
Yes, come.
Okay. Okay, there's no more to it. Okay, altar, and we know what an altar is.
It says here, in the holy places as set up by Moses and by Solomon, there were an altar of burnt offering. Yeah, altar.
So we represent that altar right now. Okay? That's where you got this truth. That's where you got this spiritualism from. That's where you got these holy teaching from. Go ahead.
It says, in that day shall there be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord.
And the pillar. Now that word pillar is important. I'm going to show you that pillar represent the apostles, the elders. Speak for me.
Right. Right, because it speaks about that. Because you have to, if you have a temple, see, we're a body. We have our head, Yahushua, and then we're all members of that body. But that body, when you go on a physical level, a body is also what? A house. So now that house has to have what? It has to have a foundation, and it has to have certain bearing walls. Right, it has to have a structure, and there's certain bearing walls within there that are like pillars that they hold up the rest of the house. Now, if you go in and to replace something, you have to be able to shore those things up to hold them up. So, because if you take that particular wall down, the whole house is going to come tumbling down. Why? Because you're taking the pillars. Yeah, you know. So basically, you know, if you don't have any pillars in the house is not going to hold together. You know, so the apostles were those pillars. Why? Because they were the pinnacle, so to speak, underneath Yahushua of the foundation, or the soundness of the foundation of this truth. You know.
Yeah, I got a scripture. This is the book of Galatians, 2.
That's what you were doing.
Yeah, I was telling you.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Galatians 2 and 8. It's beginning in 8. It says, "For he that wrought effectually in Peter to the apostleship of the circumcision, the same was mighty in me toward the Gentiles." We know that's the Israelite foreigners. And when James, Cephas, and John, who seemed to be pillars, perceived the grace that was given unto me, they gave to me, the me being Paul, and they gave to me and Barnabas the right hands of fellowship, that we should go unto the heathen, Israelite foreigners, and they unto the circumcision. That was the Jews. Now the part where it says James, Cephas, and John, who seem to be pillars, James is the apostle James. Cephas would be Peter. That was another name for Cephas. And John would be the apostle John, who received all those visions on the island of Patmos. And as you can see, the scripture said they seemed, Paul perceived them to be pillars. All right, and they were pillars in the knowledge, you know.
Right. So basically, that goes like we were saying. That goes back to the fact that you have to have a pillar to hold up the house together. So those pillars are the ones that hold things together for the rest of the house. All right. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Now, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, right? We have kept this word. We didn't take no breaks. Like Elder Gabar was saying out there in Texas, that Yashawan popped up out of nowhere with country. You know, he was there for a little hot 2 months, and now they had the last time they made a video was like 2 months ago. So that thing was dead, man. That thing was dead. That proves that he wasn't an apostle or a man of the Lord. He'd been out the truth for more than 15 years. He tried to pop back in, and then he disappeared. You don't see him no more. He was there for a little half a second, and then he wasn't there, man. Read that again.
It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience.
Because thou hast kept the word of my patience. Go ahead. And which we have. Now somebody tell us that we haven't, man. Tell me when I took off. Yeah, Tahar, you took a year off. When? Give me the fucking date. Nigga. Go ahead.
It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
There's going to be an hour of temptation. Now look that word up, temptation. Because we've been faithful to this word, the Most High is going to keep us from the hour of temptation. Because the Most High, give me Jacob's trouble in Jeremiah 30:7.
Yeah, I have the Greek word here for temptation.
39:86, pyrasmas. Pyrasmas.
It says an experiment, attempt, trial, proven.
So there's going to be a proof, because a lot of you guys know about the chip, right? A lot of you guys, you got the king of the two-thirds, the king of the two-thirds, or the king of the two-thirds, degenerate Yohana. He was set up by these these Illuminati, one of the fractions of the Illuminati, to deceive the people. That was his job, to deceive people, man. So one of his main things is to get those people to take that chip. Now, Barack Obama is going to implement that chip come March of 2013. Now, that doesn't mean that he's going to make a speech and everybody got to get it. We're going to come to your house. That's when they're going to start really pushing it. That's when they're going to start putting pressure on you. They're going to cut your welfare. They're going to cut your food stamps. You might not be able to get a driver's license. You know, they might do all kind of things. They might not put a gun to your head and make you do it, but they're going to do things to pressure you. They might do it away with cash where you have to use it, the credit card and all that. So that's the temptation right there. So now these guys that are under degenerate Yohana and Comfy and Nate, that double two, that's MIA to this day for the last 3-4 months. What's going to happen is those demons, those little minions that follow these demons, these chumps, when the time comes, some of them are going to take that chip because their Lord told them to take the chip. That there's nothing wrong with it. It's not, you're not going against the scriptures and all that. And plus Romans, the 13th chapter says obey the powers that be and all that. But a lot of them, they're going to think, because they heard us. See, their job is to make you listen to them and not listen to us. So a lot of them listen to these guys and don't listen to us, but a lot of them do listen to us when they go on the comment board. And a lot of that truth that we speak is sinking into their brains. So when that chip comes, they're going to have another thought in their mind, man. And a lot of them are going to break away from you, guys. They're going to see that you're false prophets and that you sold out. See, we can see it crystal clear. You guys, you young guys can't see it, man. That's why the Most High set up the prophets. The Most High set up the prophets to warn you, man. Okay? Go ahead, read on, man.
It says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth.
So that hasn't come yet, but it's getting ready to come. You know? Give me Jacob's trouble.
This is the book of Jeremiah.